uh, Germany, so-called Caucasian women. Italy, some of them are Jakes, some of them Caucasian women. Britain, same thing. Northern and West Africa, right? So they dealt with some of them Hamites, Arabs, as well as Jakes, because you still got Jakes over there in parts of North and West Africa, alright? And in Egypt, alright? And Persia, they was dealing with them East Indians. In India, the East Indians, you got Jakes still in those lands. In Japan, alright, the left seat over there with the children of Ammon, alright? And in China, and in Korea, alright, because even today you still got what is that? You still got military U.S. military bases in I think that's South Korea. And when they went to go fight in the Korean War, alright, and in the Vietnam War, alright, they was smashing them women over there, man, and they left a lot of children over there, alright. So you have Israelites that can look like a French person, Germany, Italy, Britain, Northwest Africans, Egyptian, Persian, Indian, or India, which would be East Indians, Japanese, Chinese, Korea, South Sea Islands, the West Indies, right? Because even on the West Indies, you got Jake dealing with a lot of those heathen women that be in the West Indies, like them East Indians, them Ethiopian women, alright, well, Chinese, Japanese women, alright. It's not just Negroes that's or Latinos and Native Americans that's in the West Indies, but you got the other nations as well. And so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American men, they be dealing with them women when they be in them islands. And in Latin America, same in Latin America. It says, in a similar way, Negroes coming into Europe and leaving their women behind have made it with the white women there. Alright, and that's alluding during the time of the Moors. Alright, that's why we say that the Sicilians, alright, Italians from South Italy, alright, or Southern Italy, are Jakes, because the Moors, they came in there and they conquered, and they killed all the men, and they took the women, the Caucasian women, and they had children with them, alright. And then what is that? Oh, Scotland, alright. Some of the Irish, or the Black Irish, if it goes back to the Black Irish, alright. Those are Jakes, because Jake during the time of the Dark Ages, alright, or the time of the Byzantine Empire, Jake was ruling all of Europe, parts of Asia. It was all up in there in Russia and all in Europe, okay. And they was smashing, man. And they had left a lot of seed because they was dealing with those women. All right. It says in a similar way, Negroes coming into Europe and leaving their women behind have made it with the white women there. Alright, it says, as a result of the importation of Negroes, many southern Italians and Greeks in the 18th century were so dark that when Napoleon ran short of Negroes for his black brigade, he used them. Sicilians were then much darker than now. That's right. And I met a few Sicilians, you know. I saw one, he was about a little bit lighter than me, and he had a cool spirit, man. Alright? He was a Jake. Alright? Alright? It says a more recent incident of Negroes strand in a distinguished Italian family is that the Baldus. Okay, that's not what I want. Okay, here we go. That's the point I want right here. American Negro soldiers in the Second World War, right? When, like I had said before, when they classified Negroes, some of you Latinos and Native Americans, because you could pass for Negroes, you said that you were black. All right. I might do a lesson on that, Lord willing. All right. But it said American Negro soldiers in the Second World War had a number of children by Italian women. So that's what that means. That means you gotta deal with the spirit, man. All right, because the scriptures say this, all right, about us in these times. I'm gonna finish up on the parable and end this lesson. This is Daniel's chapter 9, verse 6. It says, "Neither have we hearkened unto thy servants the prophets, which spake in the name to our kings, our princes, and our fathers, and to all the people of the land. O Lord, righteousness belong unto thee, but unto us confusion of faces, as at this day, to the men of Judah." All right, which we, like I said, you got the Sicilians, you got a large part of the southern Italians, all right, the black Irish, some Scottish, all right, that go back to so-called Negroes, which the so-called Negroes is the tribe of Judah, all right, and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and to all Israel, all right, that are near and that are far off, through all the countries where thou hast driven them, because of their trespass that they have trespassed against thee. O Lord, to us belong confusion of faces, to our kings, to our princes, to our fathers, because we have sinned against thee. Alright? So that's a curse that was placed on Israel for being disobedient, that what? It was going to be a confusion of faces. Alright. Ezra 9 and 7. Since the days of our fathers, we have been in great trespass unto this day. And for our iniquities have we and our kings and our priests been delivered into the hand of the kings of the lands, to the sword, to captivity, and to a spoil, and to confusion of face, as it is this day. And it hasn't changed. It hasn't changed. We still, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American descent from your father's side, the curses fell on you, okay? And that's a sign, all right? And like we said, one of those curses, all right, is part of having a confusion of faces, all right? Because a lot of jakes are ignorant to the fact that that not every tribe looks like the stereotypic look that Esau push out. Okay, like for an example, when they push out Puerto Ricans, all right, who they usually push out? They push out real fair ones like Ricky Martin, Jennifer Lopez, Mark Anthony, all right, and there's plenty more. Darren Williams, I think that's his name, who plays for the Jazz, if I'm not mistaken. All right, they don't push out that vibration of the ones that have more of Negro features, like Carmelo Anthony, or his wife, I forgot her name, was it Lala? All right, they don't push that out. They always have them. You would think they was a Negro, so-called black person, all right, or black man, or black woman, but before you would perceive them as what? A Puerto Rican, a so-called Puerto Rican, all right? It's the same with the other tribes as well. When they portray a so-called Negro, they always have him looking real dark with either a shaved head now, but they don't have you know, all right, about certain jakes that are real Negroes, or so-called Negroes, which are Judites. like The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, all right, because his mother is what is she, Samoan or something, one of them Japhites. He favored his mother more, all right, or he clings to that his mother's traditions, all right. But he's a so-called Negro because his father's a black man, all right, making him a Judite, all right. Same with Hines Ward. Hines Ward, all right, who plays. I think he still plays football. I don't keep up with sports like that, like I used to. But his father's a so-called Negro and his mother's Korean, all right. But because he followed the ways of his mother, rocking the shaved head and no beard or whatever, he looked like one of them a dark-skinned Chinese person, man. You know what I'm saying? All right. So it's a confusion of faces. All right. So you have to be you got to deal with the spirit, man. All right. You got to have understanding of these things happen to us in our history, and the reason why it happened to us was due to us going off. All right, being under the curses. All right. We'll see. Chapter 7, verse 8. So for carnal ass niggas like General Yohana, alright, Zabak, Nathaniel 7, alright, this nigga called himself Elder Young One, alright, and any other ones out there teaching that madness about half breeds. Oh, Pharisee Obliterator, alright, teaching about half breeds, mixed seed, mumzars, and you too light to be a Judite, or you look like a Negro, so you can't be a Latino or Native American. You niggas are carnal, man. All right, you carnal. So the Lord gonna deal with you, man. Cause the scriptures say this, Hosea 7 and 8. It says Ephraim, all right, he have mixed himself among the people. Ephraim is a cake not turned. All right, meaning what? A cake, you was making some pancakes, all right, and you pour the cake batter on the griddle, all right, and you don't flip the pancake. All right, one side is gonna be dark, all right, and the other side is gonna be real fair, real light, all right. That's what it's referring to, comparing what the complexion of not only the tribe of Ephraim, which are so-called Puerto Ricans, but it's twofold. It could represent the whole Latino, Native American tribes, all right? Because a lot of them, they deal with either the women of the other tribes, or they deal with the women of the other nations, okay? So that's not far-fetched, okay? So it says, Ephraim have mixed himself amongst the people. Ephraim is a cake not turned, all right? Get Jeremiah 12 and 9. Alright. Jeremiah chapter 12 verse 9. It says, my heritage, which the Lord's heritage is the children of Israel, is unto me as a speckled bird. Alright? Meaning they come in variety of colors, man. Alright? You don't just have like these simple ass niggas, they get offended, alright, when brothers that look or favor more of look dark and don't have straight flowing hair, like Esau like to portray. Every time you think of a Native American, you always think of the images that they portray of the Lakota, alright, or the Sioux, alright, those that the plain Indians. So you always, if you think of, if somebody come up and say, oh, my father's Native American, or I'm of Native American descent, but you don't look like that, then you can't be that, all right, because you don't look the part. Or if you come up and you look like Leonardo DiCaprio, all right, which he's a so-called Negro, because his forefathers go back to the Sicilians on his father's side. Oh, he got blonde hair and blue eyes. He can't be an Israelite, because he looked like a Caucasian. You niggas are being carnal, man. You being carnal as hell, man. All right.